Hey, how is all my wonderful viewers and subscribers doing out there today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. We have WWE Backlash in France that's going to be happening on Saturday. So, I'm going to be giving y'all my top 10 favorite WWE Backlash matches. What's your favorite match that's taking place at Backlash? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media with all your friends, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. Now, with that being said, let's get to it. Number 10, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton in 2017. This was a 15-minute match, and it was the main event of Backlash that year. It was a pretty good back and forth match, and I could understand why a lot of people don't like it because of its ending. It had a shocking ending that saw Jinder Mahal hit his finisher, the modern day Maharaja, and ended up winning the match and becoming WWE champion. Jinder Mahal became WWE champion because at the time, WWE was heavily invested in India, and Jinder Mahal was the perfect fit at the time. I thought it was shocking. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was comical to see Jinder Mahal finally reach the mountaintop, considering he's been jobbed out in WWE for his entire career. So it was because of how entertaining and shocking it was. Yeah, I'll put it on this list. In at number 9, Edge versus John Cena in 2009. This was a 28-minute match, and once again, it was the main event of Backlash that year. It was the last Backlash that we would have for 7 years. And it was a last man standing match. And it was for the World Heavyweight title. And Edge ended up coming out victorious when John Cena couldn't get back to his feet for the count of 10, and Edge became the new World Heavyweight Champion, and this match delivered, and it was a very good match for WWE at the time. To see the Ultimate Opportunist go up against the Dynasty, the face of WWE, John Cena, it was very entertaining, and it's something that I might go back and watch again, but we get to France on Saturday. Number 8. Randy Orton versus Edge in 2020. This was also the main event for Backlash that year, and it went the longest out of any match on this list, going for 44 minutes and 45 seconds, and it went everywhere. These two had a hated rivalry for each other, and it bled into this match. Randy Orton and Edge stole the show at Backlash this night, and there was nothing that these two wouldn't do to each other. Randy Orton did end up getting the win over Edge, and it was coined as the greatest wrestling match of all time. I really wouldn't put it atop that list, but at the same token, I can put it in the conversation. It did live up to its billing, and these two tore the house down. Number 7, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte in 2022. This was a 16-minute match, and it was for the SmackDown Women's title, and it was from my hometown of Providence, Rhode Island, which actually holds the record for hosting the most Backlash pay-per-views with 3. They hosted in 1999, they hosted in 2009, and they hosted in 2022 thus far. And this was an I Quit match. And as somebody, I'm not the biggest fan of Ronda Rousey. I don't dislike her. I just really don't like Charlotte Flair, as a lot of y'all have come accustomed to hearing from me. And having this match on this list is not surprising for me. To hear Charlotte utter the words "I quit" was gold to my ears. I was highly entertained. This was a very good back and forth match on top of that. So, yeah, it's going to be on this list. Number 6, The Undertaker versus Edge in 2008. This was an 18-minute match, and it was for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was a great back-and-forth match between the Deathman and the Ultimate Opportunist, and The Undertaker ended up retaining after he had locked Edge in Hell's Gate, which is his submission move, and Edge started bleeding from the mouth, and he was forced to tap out, and this had everything you could want from a Backlash pay-per-view match, considering it was for the World Heavyweight Championship. We had old school. We had chokeslam. We had a spirit from Edge. And it was just on point in every sense of the word. We didn't know who was really going to win until Taker finally locked in the Hell's Gate. And at the end of the day, I was highly sports entertained from these two legends. Number 5, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose in 2016. This was a 25-minute clinic, and it was the main event of Backlash, and it was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles left it all out there. Dean Ambrose went in with the title, but AJ Styles was just phenomenal in this match. He put on a show, and he ended up taking home the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with a Styles Clash and a pinfall, and this match had everything you could want from it. It was the main event. It went long enough. These two put on a show that even Dean Ambrose came out better than he was when he went in. This match really defined both of these superstars' career, and it was a classic. Number 4, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe in 2018. I love Roman Reigns. I always have acknowledged my tribal chief, even before he was my tribal chief. And I've always loved Samoa Joe's no-nonsense, beat-you-down attitude, even down to his intimidating theme song that would send shivers down your spine every time it hit. These two put on an 18-minute match, and it was the main event of Backlash that year, and it was a great back and forth match. Samoa Joe brought his brute strength, and Roman Reigns brought his athleticism, which he has in spades. Roman Reigns came out victorious in this match over Samoa Joe to close out Backlash, but it took nothing away from Roman Reigns. It took nothing away from Samoa Joe. Both of these men are future Hall of Famers in professional wrestling. Number 3, Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack in 2004. This is the oldest match on this list, and it was probably one of the best Backlash matches we've ever had. It was a hardcore match for the Intercontinental Championship, and Evolution was banned from ringside, which was Ric Flair, Batista, and Triple H. And this was a hardcore, brutal match. Randy Orton in his young 20-year-old look, and Mick Foley playing the Cactus Jack character. These two put on a show for the ages. I will not deny that, which is why it's on this list. This was the match where Randy Orton speared Cactus Jack through a table that was on fire. This pulled out all the stops at the time. It was hardcore at its finest, and Randy Orton at the end of the day came out victorious, and it's number 3 on this list because it deserves to be there. This match had everything you could want from a wrestling match. Number 2, Carmella versus Charlotte in 2018. Mella is money. I've always loved the Carmella, and this was her first title defense since cashing in the Money in the Bank contract on the April 10th edition of Friday Night SmackDown after Charlotte Flair was jumped by the Iconics and left laying for Carmella to come pick the scraps of Charlotte. And this was not a long match. They did a decent job in the ring. But it's on this list because of who beat who. I love Carmella. I said it earlier in the video. I don't care for Charlotte Flair. So to see Charlotte Flair not be able to regain the SmackDown Women's Champion from a WWE diva that I've come to love was just awesome to see, as my opinion. So, yes, I'll definitely put it at number 2. And number 1, The Undertaker versus Batista in 2007. This is, in my opinion, the greatest Backlash match to ever happen. And a hot take here, I think that this match between The Undertaker and Batista was better than the one that they had at WrestleMania 23 a month prior. This match was a 21-minute match, and it was a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match started in the ring and quickly spilled out of the ring and up the ramp. And The Undertaker and Batista were on the stage, and Batista speared The Undertaker off the stage into the pyrotechnics below, which then exploded, and neither man was able to get back to their feet for the count of 10, so the match ended in a draw. And because it ended in the draw, The Undertaker retained the World Heavyweight Championship. But these two men left it all out on the line, and I would honestly say this is the best match that these two legends have ever had against each other, and it's not even close. And that was my top 10 favorite WWE Backlash matches. What's your favorite match of all time from Backlash? I hope you learned about a few new matches you might not have known about until you watched this video. That's what I'm here for. But other than that, don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you'll be dinged when I post my next video, y'all. Other than that, I hope all of y'all wonderful and beautiful people are continuing to love the Nikki D content. And I'm going to keep being here, dropping these wonderful lists and videos for all of y'all to get my take of WWE. Other than that, it's been a wonderful time hanging out with y'all, and I will see y'all next time. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel. Bye, y'all.